This is a project that we're just launching now. This is a collaborative effort between Mass Wildlife and Mass Highway. We call it Linking Landscapes. It's a way to pinpoint locations where animals are killed on the road. We're in the middle of this major transportation upgrade right now, so any information is better than nothing. And 5 years from now, it won't be as useful as this year. If you were to go to linkinglandscapes.info, you could enter just any roadkill, any road-killed animal. You can enter a place, it says vernal pool, we're going to change that just to amphibian migrations. Not just where any frog was on the road, but if you know where consistently lots of amphibians are up on the road and crossing, you could enter that information here. And if you wanted to participate in a roadway mortality study of turtles, you could click on this link and it would take you to the Turtle Atlas. It'll be up again tonight, and I was editing it last night. If you go to turtleatlas.org, you can report any turtle. And this will require a photograph, or it's strongly suggested that you submit it with a photograph. You can also report turtle nesting areas. If you're in the field a lot, a number of us know where turtles nest in large numbers. When I was growing up, there were a lot of spots in Andover, where I grew up, that hundreds of turtles nested. And it would be really nice to have those on a map. These are gravel pits, power lines, they can be backyards, cul-de-sacs, and you can enter that information here, and you'll be given the opportunity to follow up and monitor that site over time if you want to. And then this is the piece that I'm most excited about. You can report places where turtles are killed in numbers on the road. These are consistent, year after year, and the more you look for them, the more you realize that they are in the same place. You can report just, I've seen painted turtles killed here since 1975, and it's a bad spot. It's the Sudbury River under Route 2, and then once you report that information, you'll get a prompt asking you if you'd like to monitor that site in 2010. The reason for that is we know enough about these sites to know what they look like on the landscape. We know that they are very bad. We know in some cases they can be retrofit to fix them for a relatively cost-effective amount of money. This is down in Lakeville. This is an area where a creek flows into a large pond and there's a causeway through that wetland. This is a major roadkill area for a lot of common species of turtle and a few state-listed turtles. This is what it looks like on the ground, the road right next to the wetland. Some turtles try to nest along this tiny road shoulder here. This is in the Nashua drainage. It's a major causeway, it's a state highway through a major wetland. Again, there's mortality from right there where it leaves the upland until it crosses the upland again. And this is what it looks like on the ground, an undersized culvert. There isn't any good passage underneath the highway. And here, nesting habitat right next to a major road that's a causeway through this pond. So if you were to contact us, you might have one in mind, have a place in mind where turtles are killed. We might know about one already in your town that we could throw back at you to monitor, or we could look at maps to figure out the right configuration of a site that might need some monitoring. And then what would happen, this is this year, we touch base and confirm that you're working at a certain site, you give me a call, and then you'd visit your site once in May during the last week, just one visit, once in June and once in August. And at each one of those visits, you would safely gather the turtles that are there, killed turtles that are there, photograph them all in a pile, and get them off the road so you won't count them again. And then you'll go again in June, and you'll do the same thing, and you'll go again in August. And in some cases you might coordinate with your local public safety or the police department or Mass Highway, the district office, if you think it's a busy enough road that you need to take those type of precautions. And then in September you would go to Turtle Atlas and report your field data that you collected. Hopefully we can do this all in 1 year. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this, but it would be really neat if we could get 100 volunteers and we could start to build a statewide layer of these sites and how bad they are relative to one another. We don't know right now if there are 15 turtles killed at these sites. We know it's more than that at a lot of them. Or if it's 100, or if it's a lot more than that. And at some of these sites, to standardize it and get a sense of what it means, we would be going to them every week. So this is one of the sites that again, I apologize if this is too graphic. In May, we only found one animal. It just happened to be a spotted turtle, which are not common and not necessarily something you want to find dead on the road. And then at the end of June, we found a lot of these young age class painted turtles. And then at the end of August, mostly hatchling stink pots. So not a huge number of turtles, but clearly, this is clearly a situation that could have population level impacts. At some of these sites, it's going to be dozens or scores or hundreds of turtles. If you know of a place where stateless species are killed with any regularity, we don't need to collect data this year, we can put that in. So we know about some of those sites where blanding turtles are killed fairly routinely, and so that's the type of information. If you have photographs, it'd be great. If it's just anecdotal, that's fine. We'll go from there.